Today, May 10th, in Mexico, Guatemala, and El Salvador, families remember and celebrate mothers and all those who fulfill that special role of caring for the young, of forming them, and of loving them into adulthood. Today, May 10th, here in Tucson and across the United States, immigrant communities remember mothers and caretakers, especially those facing the risk of deportation and separation from their families.
Today on Mexican Mother's Day, we celebrate mothers, but we also recognize that it is a difficult time to be a mother. When a mother can be taken from her children, when wives can be separated from their husbands, when families themselves seem to be under attack by unjust immigration policies, it is a difficult time to be a mother, or a father, or an uncle, or a grandmother. It is a difficult time to be a family because this administration seems to care nothing for the unity and the sanctity of the family. To tear families apart is not only unjust, it goes against the stated policies of the administration. The family is a sacred institution ordained by God. It is a fundamental institution in our society, and when you begin to tear apart families, you begin to tear apart our society and our community. The fear and sorrow that this causes is leading to a crisis in our communities, a crisis that pastors find themselves in the middle of. And once again, we want to be very clear. It is immoral to tear mothers and fathers from their children, and you will have to give an accounting for your actions someday. And we also want to be clear that we will stand behind any family that this administration goes after. Yesterday, the President made a bold statement in affirming the rights of same-sex couples to be a family. Today, we call upon him and upon those in his administrations and Pat Vroom to also affirm the rights and the dignity of undocumented families and families of mixed status. On this Mother's Day, we draw strength from our mothers, and we will continue this struggle until the rights of every mother and every father are honored.
We ask better for these families. We ask better for our country. We're told that, a nation's quality of a nation is determined by how it treats the least, the poorest, the most in need in their midst. And our country must and can be better than it is. This Almighty God, we ask you to bless this water. May it be a reminder for us and a renewal for us of our baptismal promises and our call to follow you as priest, prophet, and king.
Today, on Mother's Day, we've come together to call on the Obama administration to keep their word. Last summer, July 17th, to be precise, ICE Director John Morton said that ICE was going to close the removal proceedings of persons who were not a priority for deportation. And he began a process to make that determination. He issued a series of memorandum identifying what cases were priorities and what cases were not. He specifically said people who have been in the United States for a long time, people without any criminal history, people who work hard and pay their taxes, people who have U.S. citizen children, lawful permanent resident spouses, people who contribute to their community are not a priority to be removed. And we began to put together requests to this administration to ask that cases be closed. Indeed, in August of last summer, President Obama said, we shouldn't be deporting people just because we can. In December, we submitted 65 requests to the local ICE office, and we began to get rejections and denials of those requests, rejecting families who have been here for a long time, who have paid taxes for a long time, who have no criminal history, who contribute to our community, and who deserve to stay. And their removal proceedings march forward. Today we've come together to hand-deliver a letter to Pat Vroom. Pat Vroom is the Chief Counsel for Homeland Security's Immigration and Customs Enforcement for the District of Arizona. And we're asking her to reconsider the decisions made in the cases of Esperanza Carrion, Elizabeth Gutierrez, Luis Felipe Lopez, Liliana Estapa, Cipriano Neris, Eloy Mata, Miguel Licona, Sandra Moreno, and her children, I.C.E, and I.C.E. Today, we will hand deliver this letter to Ms. Vroom's office in Phoenix. These are all people who contribute to our community. They are the very people that President Obama said we should not deport just because we can.